So I was able to get 4 railroad ties driving by a work site that they were clearly replacing them. Big stock of them. Threw them in the back of the truck. They'll make an excellent base for the sea container, which is getting delivered next week. They're exactly 8 feet in width, same width as the sea can, and I've spaced them approximately 80 inches apart for a total length of 240 inches, 20 feet for the sea can. These are soaked in creosote, which means they'll rot in 50 to 75 years. Pretty terrible for the environment, but there's only 4 of them here, and I'm nowhere near a well. I'm not really too worried about it. What I've done is I've dug holes on the 4 corners, and I've planted in cinder blocks so that I can get a bottle jack under there and jack up the corner of the sea can to shim it out so that it's perfectly level. Well, that's the plan anyway. I didn't want to over-engineer anything, and I suspect that there'll be some. The ground's really soft. You know, we just had all the snow melt, and it's been raining quite a bit, so these railroad ties might actually sink into the ground a little bit. On this particular one, there is no cinder block because I found a piece of bedrock, which is even better. That's not going anywhere. I get a bottle jack under there, it should be no problem to jack up the sea can. So the sea can is going to face due south. I've aligned this using the compass on my phone, and been checking it regularly as we're out here on sunny days to see, you know, if it's in the pure sunshine, which it seems to be. It's a good spot for it. I have 2 sets of 3 panels, 2 strings I guess is the term for it, and the power shed, so you can go right there. Nice and wet, which makes digging easy. And when things get really dry in the summertime, should be well set. Shut up and dig, boy. So I did say cinder block, but really, almost anything would work. Doesn't have to be pretty. Doesn't have to be pretty. I want it relatively flat though. It really is as simple as that, and now I'd say that we're ready for a sea can delivery. Which is a milestone, just to be able to store the tools on site now and a lot of the equipment. So we're all set. So C-can delivered successfully. A little bit of landscaping to do, but that's one reason we had to delay, because of the how soft the ground was. So now we know why I made these jack points, because I'll be using them. Alright, we have the on-site hardware store pretty much done. With the nearest small hardware store, half-hour drive, and the nearest big box one over an hour away. Makes a tremendous amount of sense. Keep everything I can on site, minimize trips. Black flies are out, that's a real delight. But yeah, just built this rack out of mainly out of the scrap wood that I got out of the pallets, so as not to eat into the actual wood budget for the projects that I'm doing. I only brought the wood that I'm actually doing the projects up. The recent ones, the projects that are coming up, the power shed and lean-to, possibly a deck replacement. So anyway, this is done now. That was a milestone hit, and we can get cracking on the projects now. So I've tried to stock her up with the right tools, little workbench, pile of fasteners, all the most common stuff, and then of course all the lumber.